Hey, what's up guys, John here. OpenAI's Sam Altman compared ChatGPT to an old cell phone.
We're going to look back at GPT-4 and, this is like the old first grayscale Nokia phone that looked like a little candy bar.
Think of the cell phone used in the movie Wall Street. That's what he used to compare ChatGPT to what it was to where it's going. And when you start to look at what's actually happened over the course of the last 11 months, what you're going to start to see here is that America and our entire economy are going to get completely disrupted. Look at, for example, OpenAI's Sora. The advancements are absolutely shocking.
OpenAI has unveiled its new text-to-video model. It's calling it Sora.
A beautiful drone shot. The kind of video that you might see in a travel video, right? Except it's not real. The video was generated by AI.
Look at this video. This is where they were 11 months ago, right? It's like a comic book type of animation, almost like one of those comic book where you flip the books and you can see the pages unravel, and it plays a little skit. This is where they're at now. So people aren't taking that everyone will be filmmakers seriously enough. I made this 20-second trailer in 15 minutes with OpenAI's Sora. Now look at this.
In the heart of a rustic old American town, a breathtaking secret thrives, concealed from the eyes of muggles. The goddess Sora has bestowed upon this town a portal to a hidden Atlantis.
Made that in 15 minutes. Probably cost them nothing to do. Imagine the disruption that's going to be coming to the film industry, to the television industry, to video producers, to video editors, to content creators, to all large companies. They're going to be able to produce content basically for free. They're going to be able to get in front of an audience for free and basically eliminate any type of production value. Now, when you see that, you might say, okay, that's great. That's a really good thing. But when you start to connect the dots, you're going to see that this is a hell of a lot bigger than just content creation and video production. This is going to be rippling into every single industry. And that's why I believe we're in the greatest wealth transfer of all time. When you see where Americans stand right now, which is $17 trillion in outstanding consumer debt, record high interest rates, of record high defaults already happening. What you're going to start to see here is a lot of job disruption. And inside of this job disruption will be a lot of opportunity to go out there and make money. If you understand where we're going, the fourth industrial revolution, what you're going to know is that a lot of people are going to be in the right industries at the right time, and they're going to capitalize on this massive period of disruption. And inside of this, I believe a lot of people are going to be forced to sell off homes and properties. In this video, I'm going to tell you which industries are going to be most likely impacted and where I think a lot of the opportunity is going to be over the next couple of years. Please hit the like button. YouTube will share the content, educate more people about what's going on in America's economy. And if you'd like to fix your credit, we would love to help you at my company, GreatCreditFast.com. That's GreatCreditFast.com. If you have late payments, medical bills, charge-offs, foreclosures, bankruptcies, repossessions, any negative item in your credit report, go to GreatCreditFast.com. If you have intentions of getting business funding, make sure your business and your goals are in line with your credit. Take a look at this. So this is absolutely unbelievable. This is made by AI. This is made by AI. Imagine the amount of commercials and the amount of change that's going to be coming. There's going to be all of these new influencers. There's going to be all of these new people out there that are going to be able to create content, all of these deep fakes that are going to pretend to be, Joe Rogan and pretend to be, all of these celebrities that are going to be endorsing products under their identities and under their brand. It's going to be really an interesting next 24 to 36 months. These two pirate ships battling and they sail in a coffee cup. Snowy Tokyo City. An Italian pup. I mean, the attention to detail, and the way in which the colors just pop, it's really shocking. It is absolutely shocking. And so what they say here is these are the jobs that they're predicting are going to be first to replace. Graphic designers, lawyers, teachers, proofreaders, customer service reps, salespeople, market research analysts, bookkeeping, coding, writer, telemarketer, receptionist, doctors, paralegal, accountant, traders. You look at all of these careers, even surgeons. A lot of these surgeries now, they're bringing in machines. And I personally, if I were undergoing a surgery over the next few years, I'd probably prefer to have it done by a machine that's going to be able to do it with precision versus a human, which probably has a higher probability of human error. Look, how will AI affect jobs? How many jobs will AI replace in the next 6 years. Artificial intelligence could replace the equivalent of 300 million full-time jobs, a report by investment bank Goldman Sachs says. It could replace a quarter of work tasks in the US and Europe, but may also mean new jobs and a productivity boom. Now, I fully agree. There's going to be a massive productivity boom, and there's going to be a lot of new industries created out of this. There's no doubt about it. But when you look at the actual fundamentals of the US economy, 55% of all single-family homes are owned by people 55 years of age and older. So how many of these people are going to be able to retire comfortably in this inflationary world with insurance and taxes rising? I don't think a lot of people. I think it's going to be harder for a lot of these people to enter the job market, unfortunately. And so when you look at this, what I believe we're going to start to see here is a lot of people being forced to sell off properties. That's what I believe. And when you buy a property, you need 2 years stable income, which inside of a period of massive disruption might be harder for many people to have. You're going to need good credit. A lot of lenders are tightening up now, and you're going to need cash, which a lot of people do not have, right? So this is going to present an opportunity for those that are in the right industry. They have cash, they have a good game plan to go out there and really capitalize. And it could eventually increase total annual value of goods and services produced globally by 7%. The report also predicts that 2/3 of jobs in the US and Europe are exposed to some degree of AI automation, and around a quarter of all jobs could be performed by AI entirely. A quarter. So for context, look at this. In 1933, during the Great Depression, the 1929 and 1935, that period of massive disruption, the unemployment rate was 24.9%. 24.9%, and they're saying around a quarter, so 25% of all jobs could be performed by AI entirely. Researchers from the University of Pennsylvania and OpenAI found some educated white-collar workers earning up to $80,000 a year are most likely to be affected by workforce automation. Forbes also says that according to MIT and Boston University report, AI will replace as many as 2 million manufacturing jobs. By 2025, by next year. So, you're seeing the trend. 44% of all companies say AI will replace employees. 1 in 3 companies will replace employees this year in 2024. So, I did a video, 3 months ago, saying Amazon buys 750,000 robots to replace staff. They have 1.1 million employees. They purchased 750,000 robots. And the goal was to replace boring and tedious jobs and tasks. 750,000 robots. And it's not just them. There's a lot of companies right now that are, investing heavily into the entire supply chain, whether it be inside of factories, whether it be drone deliveries. Rigitech starts medical drone delivery activity in the Netherlands. You have 2024 will be a breakout year for drone deliveries. Sky High ambitions Walmart to make largest drone delivery expansion U.S. retailer. We're going to start to see all these. We're going to live in a futuristic society. That's what's being built out right before our very eyes. And you can see it right now with some of the big companies. Microsoft and OpenAI are in talks to inject $500 million into humanoid robotics startup Figure AI. This came out January 31st, right? So this literally just came out 17, 18 days ago. And Microsoft and OpenAI are said to be exploring options to invest up to $500 million in humanoid robot startup, Bloomberg reported. The tech heavyweights are in talks with Figure AI, which wants to deploy autonomous humanoid workers around the world. A person with knowledge of the matter told Bloomberg that the funding could value Figure AI at $1.9 billion, potentially making it the first humanoid robotics unicorn. OpenAI has previously invested in another humanoid robot startup called 1X Technologies. Per Bloomberg, it raised $100 million to date, and ChatGPT maker led $23.5 million in Series A funding. Figure AI was founded in 2022 by CEO Brett Adcock. Per Axios report, he's built a team of top robotics from Tesla, Boston Dynamics. So now, Musk, all of this is happening. Look, January 25th, and then you have January 31st, all of this is happening right now, like light speed. This isn't going to be like a 20-year thing. Like the robots they're here. Elon Musk's optimism about Optimus might be misplaced. Elon Musk has been bringing up Tesla as a robotics powerhouse, highlighting its humanoid bot Optimus as gleaming example of sophisticated technology. It's possible, however, that Musk is being a tad over-optimistic in his humanoid robot ambitions, particularly regarding its delivery timeline. And so when you look at this timeline, all of this is happening in the next couple of years. Like all of this happening in the next couple of years, and the price point is going to be 20 grand. And they even said that some of these things that they can be doing will be like going shopping for you, picking up dry cleaning, like things that a personal assistant would do that you might pay that personal assistant $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 a year. This human or robot can work 24/7, right? 20 grand, 24/7. And there's 800 million jobs. Like, this is why I believe when you look at everything and you see kind of everything that's happening, and you look at where America is, 65.8% of Americans own a home. How do we not have the greatest wealth transfer of all time? I look at this data, and we're seeing this very, very slow erosion of opportunities that are happening in America. You're seeing a lot of companies that are outsourcing jobs and trying to find ways to cut costs. How do we maintain our current standard of living where people do not continue to default on bills and debt obligations when you have this level of change that's incoming into America? And when you look at the education levels in America and where we've come over the last several decades, we do not have the upper hand, unfortunately, over a lot of other countries. There's a lot of other countries where, for example, in India, where they focus heavily on STEM fields like science, technology, engineering, and math. They look at education very different than here in America. In America, our educational system has, been watered down greatly. And so over the next couple of years, when we have a very high cost of living, a very, expensive cost of living, and you have other locations where, they have a very, very low cost of living, they have a very disciplined culture, they have a culture that, focuses heavily on education, and they're also leaning heavily into, for example, in India, they are going to be tripling their nat gas. So they're going to be drawing down the cost of energy, yet America is going to be increasing the cost of energy. So you just look at what's happening. A lot of opportunity is going to be flowing to technology and flowing east over the next, couple of years. Crazy, crazy times. That's why I believe we're going to see a lot more executives, billionaires cashing out and getting ready to invest and take advantage of this massive, massive wealth transfer. This wealth transfer, I believe, is going to be the greatest that we will ever see in the world over the next couple of years. It's going to ramp up dramatically. What do you think about this entire situation? Drop below. Let's have a conversation about this. Again, I love America. Yeah, I love America. I want to be very, very clear about this. But at the end of the day, facts are facts, and emotion, is emotion. Like, I want to hope and say that America is going to have the strong upper hand. But if you look at what's actually happening in America, the facts don't point in that direction. So drop your comments below. If you'd like to fix your credit, to position yourself for this massive wealth transfer, if you're intending to get funding for any means, maybe to buy a house, maybe to get business funding to buy a business, you're going to need exceptional credit, especially as banks continue to suffer more and more losses. They're going to be more careful on who they lend money to. So if you have a late payment, which can stay in your report for 7 years and drop your credit score a whopping 180 points, get it taken care of. Go to greatcreditfast.com. You can click the link in the description just below this video. If you have a repossession, a bankruptcy, any issue at all on your credit report, go to greatcreditfast.com, and I'll catch you in the next video.